are you, Kaui?
I'm good. I'm chilling. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Well, that's because you're quarantined in LA, right?
Yeah, it's been like 84 since yesterday.
Whew. See, I wish I was quarantined in some good weather. That would make this quarantine a lot
We're
better.
not, because I can't even go to the beach. I can't go on a hike. Like,
You can't go on a hike?
they shut all the parks down. They shut all the beaches down. I mean, you can go to the beach, but you run the risk.
We don't want to go to the beach.
Everybody want to be at the beach.
All right. So for those of you in here today, first of all, thank you for anybody showing up. And this is kind of a redo, not a redo, but like a reschedule of what we tried to do on IG Live a few days ago. And as some of you know, after Teddy Riley and Babyface went on for Versus, IG kind of crashed, and they said they were fixing some things in order to hold the amount of people that some of these lives have. So ours glitched. We definitely tried, and I appreciate everybody who tuned in that day. You guys were so supportive and really like sitting there like a family trying to figure this shit out, which was really dope. And speaking of the whole Versus thing, for those of you who don't know, which really I feel like the whole world really does know about it by now, it's pretty much a battle between two really iconic people in the music industry, and it's hosted by Timbaland and Swiss Beats. And speaking of Timbaland, you have a credit with him, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I was signed to Timbaland for like 2 years as an exclusive producer. So I produced one of his singles that he did with Milla J called Don't Get No Better. I produced, I wrote and arranged and singing on the backgrounds and everything for that song. And then I also did some stuff for Empire Season 2 when I was with him. Yeah. And then he was going through a bunch of different things, so it kind of didn't like go further than that. Right. He was going through like health issues and then like personal stuff. So yeah, that's about all that I got on the track.
I feel like everything happens for a reason though, and maybe that just wasn't the path that you were set out to continue on. But either way, I mean, that's incredible to just experience and learn from somebody like Timbaland. There's no way that you didn't walk away with like multiple gems.
Yeah, it's like I feel like he was supposed to be a part of my journey. Like, he still is, in some way. Like, we're still connected. But that was supposed to be a part of my journey because as a producer, like, he's one of my biggest influences.
Yep.
So I remember like running around my gym as a kid, like just listening to his music when parties would come on, just be running around like, yo, how did he make this? Like, that sound, like, I don't hit it. It's like, so working with him and being able to be in the studio with him and get feedback from him and all that, that was like amazing. So I wouldn't trade it regardless of how it went. Like,
yeah.
So
before we go further, Kaui, I'm gonna I'm still admitting people as we go, guys. I'm so excited to be here doing this with you guys. First of all, I want to shout out, since 1982 they have this dope Empire tee that dropped. I don't know if you guys can get a nice glimpse of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you, let me see here, what we talked about earlier about the recording. So I just gave you that permission if you want to go ahead and hit that record button. All right. First of all, thank you for some of you in here. Rob is in here. Mario is in here. Mario works with Def Jam. Everybody knows who Rob is at this point. One of the most amazing human beings that I know. Els is here. Speaking of Els.
Hey, shout out to Els. Brother. Always.
Always. That's family. We kind of spoke about this the last time that we were on the IGTV, but I brought up to you that one of my favorite records is definitely Fallen. Talk about that record and how you and Els kind of put that to fruition.
Well, I already had the record like as an idea at first, and Els was like one of the first people to hear the idea, and I didn't want it to be like an actual single or anything like that.
Right.
But then I was also saying like, oh, maybe I should put something out, since Els was saying, yo, you should put it out. This is fire. Then I'm like, okay, I'll put it out. Then when I put it out, either a year or like a few months later, then I moved to LA. And then the video, we shot it one time when Els came through. We shot it in my apartment around the block of where I was living. And it was kind of like some impromptu, like we were just in the house, sunny day in California. We was like, yo, let's just go shoot a video for it. Have some type of visual for it. And
I
then,
feel like those are some of the best when it's just like, you know, organically done like that and not even planned really.
Yeah. That's usually how I mean, when it comes to creative things, sometimes usually those are like the best ways to work, you know?
For sure.
And then there's other ways when it's like you plan it some type of way, and then like what you do is like, you know, it's a conversation. So you have like some type of plan of like how you want to have the conversation go, but it's still a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that also definitely working with Rob, you know, taught me a lot when we had the podcast, the Red Light Special podcast. And we would always, you know, have like a format that we had for the show, just as far as like what we wanted to touch on and certain topics, certain questions, certain things we wanted to bring up. And, you know, we didn't have video footage when we did the podcast until like the last few episodes. And I don't exactly know where that footage is, but we didn't really rely on that too much. Like, I feel like in the making of it, like writing everything down, it kind of like gives you jotting points. But the conversation, if you're really having an organic conversation, it just flows fluidly. You know what I mean? Like, and I think those are some of the best. It's how I came up with the name of the show, Konversations. You know, it's, especially with my creative friends, like you mentioned, Els, you know, there's my classic who you've also worked with on certain records.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have these conversations behind closed doors most times. And I'm just like, if cameras were rolling, like it would make for some of the most like dope conversations to be given to people so they could learn from it. So talking about LA, because you're originally from New York.
Yeah, from Queens.
Hey,
Born and raised.
Queens in the house.
Queens.
So, you know, a lot of people, not exactly everyone, but anytime you're in the entertainment industry, I feel like the most common thing for some, unless you live in New York, is to move to LA at some point. So I think like with you, my question is, what made you make that move? Because New Yorkers really, we always have that common kind of mentality where we're like, everything there is in LA, we have here in New York. They're so similar. Yeah. So what made you make that move to LA?
Well, one, I had visited LA probably like a few times before because some of my brothers had already moved. So I was coming back and forth. And then while I was coming back and forth, I have like different connections here. So I was kind of like basically just coming over here to seeing the different people I was already connected with, working with them, and then seeing if I kind of liked it. And what made me initially make the move was like, man, I wasn't feeling the job I was working. I was working at Burlington Coat Factory. I was doing it, and I'm like, it got to be something different. And then there's also, I was like, it was like a year after the similar situation. I was like, I need something to kind of like motivate me, and I need like a change of scenery. I need something to give me some type of inspiration, some type of, you know, vibe. And I always love the weather out here, you know. So
of course, I'm like hating over here in New York that we have like such shitty weather. And
no, New York weather is yeah, it's not shitty. It just get real hot when it's hot, and it just get real cold when it's cold.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
that's dope though. I like that you kind of just, so it's scary. Like I feel like for me, there was a point in time, like a real opportunity would have to come to the table for me to pick up and leave New York. And I actually admire, like, I kind of know that backstory, but, you know, I wanted people to know that because a lot of people, you know, they're so complacent. Yeah. And sometimes they're stuck in a box where I'm like, some of the most beautiful moments in your life will come from you literally just being brave, stepping outside the box and taking a chance, you know? Yeah. And since you've been in LA, I was talking about the podcast before with Rob, the Red Light Special, Nikki Jeezy put into play our intro song, which was by the Good Brothers, Jake and Papa. Hey. And I know you've worked with them, and they have a record out right now. Talk about Patient that you produced.
Yo, it's funny how that song comes about. That was a beat that I had. It's like sometimes you have like certain little beats or songs or whatever it may be, a painting that's kind of like just, oh, I just did this for me. Like I just did this because I was just feeling whatever, and I just did the beat. So I had the track and I had sent it over to them, not thinking like, oh, maybe they might like it, maybe they might not, because I know I like it. But who knows? And then I think like a few months went by. They sent me like a little rough version of it. And I'm like, oh, dang, yeah, caught the vibe on the song. And I'm like, wow. I wasn't even thinking like to sing on this record, but that's the beautiful part of like working with people, especially working with people that you know, like that you actually fuck with. So
right. How did you get introduced to Jake and Papa? Like, how'd you know about them in order to have already had the idea to send it to them?
Me and Jake and Papa got connected through another producer I know by the name of Ray Real. So we got connected through him. And then ever since then, we just been going back and forth. I just been sending them like beat folders, sending them ideas. We go back and forth, do different. I think some of the like two of the new songs or one of the new songs got picked up on like TV shows or 2 TV shows or something like that. Teams, something like that.
I think it was 20s. Was it Patient that was on 20s?
I think so. Yeah.
By Lena Waithe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yo, first of all, Lena is so fire. Like,
yeah, I just saw Queen and Slim like last week, I think, or a week before. Yeah.
So don't kill me, but I still haven't seen that.
Right. I'm late too.
I know, yo. I'm late to the party. I'm not even at the party yet.
Yeah, Els was in LA like a few months ago, and he was like, "Yo, you haven't seen Queen and Slim yet?" I was like, "Nah, I just been late to everything." Been in my own world. That's why.
So as far as you, Kaui, I feel like you sing, you write all your songs as well, right? You produce for other artists. Is there a title that you go by, or do you kind of just not care, or do you consider yourself one more than the other at all?
What you mean, like as in title, as in?
Like if I was to bring you into the room to somebody and was to be like, this is Kaui. He's a producer. He's an artist, like all around.
Artist is the only one that I subscribe to for myself, because it's like I've always been the type of person and always vowed myself to be the person since I knew music was the thing I was gonna do since I was like 5, 7 or whatever like that.
Right.
I always knew I was like, yo, I always want to be the guy who can kind of do everything. Like I want to be able to. I sing, but I want to be able to produce. I started producing because it was like, I'm not trying to be paying people for beats. So I'm like, yeah, me learn how to do that. And my dad was producing, showing me different things. So I was like, let me do that. My dad was songwriting too. So I was like, yeah, songwrite. I'm gonna do that too. Then I was like, yep, I dance too. I'm gonna dance too.
Ooh.
Then at one point I was acting. I was doing like a whole bunch of different stuff. My mom had me and my brothers in acting. And I told her, I was like, Ma, this acting ain't for me. I gotta do my music.
Well, you're such a personality. I feel like you would kill it. I mean, if it's not your passion, I agree. Like, you know, you kind of.
I am passionate about it.
Yeah.
Like I was when I was doing it, but then it got to a point where I was kind of like, nah, this music is like, it was just calling to me. It was speaking to me on a different level than acting was. So I was like, I would love to act. I would love to be in a movie.
Yeah.
I would love to play Denzel Washington one day.
Maybe with time, you know, maybe with time. Some people,
I'd rather do the soundtrack for the movie, okay?
Okay, heard you. So for a lot of people in here, some people just joined. I just added a couple people in, but this is Kaui Williams, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to choose 2 records, even though I personally have one that I definitely want you to play, and it's your new single, Prophetic, which I absolutely love. But do you want to play? It's on you, whatever you want to play. But I would say in the next 20 minutes, I would love to definitely get like 2 records from you. Maybe if you wanted to pay like 30 seconds of it.
Stay a while. Now on this song, funny thing, this song was originally supposed to be a Timbaland record. Not everything in the song was already written out, but it was originally supposed to be from the beat and from like the hook and different things like that. And then it's also my sister singing on the song with me.
Oh.
I'm like a whole musical family, some Jackson 5 type situations going on. This song is Stay a While.
Stay a while. I love the vibe that you're bringing out. Okay. Music got you going, things is poking out. Baby, I'll be sick if you ain't around, yeah. Ooh, baby, ooh, love the way you move. You the one, baby, you the truth. Never number two, we got the groove, baby, you and me. Something they can see, baby. It's so discreet, all these niggas try to creep, baby, let it flow.
This is gonna be on the album.
Ooh, coming out.
The album coming soon.
That's what you're working on now?
I'm actually done with the album, honestly. I'm just like mixing like a few records for it and like finishing mixes, but I'm done with it. Games of Mystery.
Games of Mystery.
Yeah.
What's the meaning behind that?
Well, I've always been, I guess I have like a mysterious persona in some type of way, where it's kind of like, you know me, so I'm pretty quiet, pretty chill to myself. Not like I'm shy, but I'm just like to myself. And then
reserved.
Yeah, and then I took that and then was like, yeah, my music kind of has this umbrella, like it fits under this umbrella of a whole bunch of different things. Like it's a fusion of everything that I'm influenced by, and it also has this mysterious kind of thing to it too, where it's kind of like you don't know what it is, like you can't say what it is. Right. And I honestly feel like you can't really compare it to anything that you hear outside. Like you could compare it like there's similarities to certain things because of influences that I'm influenced by, not to what is out now, but to, you can hear the Timbaland, like in that song, you can hear the Timbo, you can hear some of the, like I said, the influences that I'm influenced by. So, and then I have a song called Games of Mystery too. Maybe I'll play that one next.
Yes, and also because you were saying like you have influences, and I don't know if you, Memories of a Paradise, which is on Apple Music and streaming platforms for anybody who wants to take a listen. But Memories of a Paradise, you have I Gotta Know, the record I Gotta Know.
Yep.
I don't know if it's just me, but if somebody can listen to that song, the record I Gotta Know, it's the first one on there. And if you can tell me if I'm the only one hearing Usher in that.
Yeah, I get it. That's Usher's one of my top. I was watching Usher and Bobby Brown and Michael Jackson VHS tour videos back to back when I was a kid. So
I feel like the melodies in it kind of just gave me like Can You Handle It vibes. I love Usher's Can You Handle It. See, I don't even know if like you purposely did anything like that.
Nah, I didn't purposely do that.
Play your record and then play that one, and
I Gotta Know record. The only purposely, done thing on that song is the Seven Streeter reference that I do, because that song was supposed to be for Seven. That was supposed to be the remix for her song.
Listen, man, I always say this. It's funny because I'm gonna compare this to something that Drake said. Drake has been talking about. I think it's on B-Dot and Elliott Wilson's last interview, where he said.
Yeah, I watched that one.
So he talks about the "Who is this" moment, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, new artists are, they should embrace that "who is this" moment, being the moment that you're still new enough that if, say, I was to be in the car and I played your record and somebody in the passenger seat would be like, yo, who is this? Because he's dope, he's fire, he's good, I like the music. The thing that he was saying was that as you progress and as you become more known, that, it goes from like, who is this, to like a cult of people that know who you are and they start following you. And then the mainstream media will pick up on you. And then it gets to a point where, like Drake, everybody knows his sound. And he talks about having to find ways to kind of like reinvent yourself and still stay relevant because you're no longer in that phase of people discovering you. You're already well known to everyone.
Right.
So I think like it's an exciting time for you, I feel, because I feel like you're definitely in that "who is this" kind of like, just like Shirley was asking, she's like, is this on Spotify? Which I'm sure, that's my cousin, by the way. Shout out to Shirley in here. A couple like in here. So, it's still that, I love that because I'm like, there's different platforms for different artists. Mm-hmm. And although I may not have like some of the top artists, or maybe I will at one point, I also love the idea of putting people on to like people like you. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that too. I really, really, I appreciate you.
I wanted to play a game with you. if anyone has seen the last episode of Konversations, Scarlett did a segment of rapid fire questions. Unfortunately, my baby girl's not here to do this with us.
Shout out Scarlett.
But I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and I just want you to not think about the answers. Just literally the first thing that pops in your mind, you just go.
Okay, this can be
cool.
This is gonna be great. Yeah, I'm with it.
Don't think about it though. Don't cheat.
Think. No cheating.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
I gotta start with this one. MJ or Prince?
So
think.
Prince.
Love or money?
Love.
Chinese or halal food?
Chinese. Damn, I miss halal food though. I'm
offended.
Nah, but I mean, yeah, Chinese, yeah, Chinese.
Got you. Rich and famous or rich and happy?
Rich and happy.
New York or LA?
New York. New York, all the way.
Favorite cartoon show growing up?
Oh, Rugrats.
Favorite movie?
I'm gonna say, oh, Ocean's 11. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. That's a good one. What's a deal breaker for you? Or like a pet peeve, something that's like really solid in your list of pet peeves or deal breakers?
Deal breaker for me would just be like honesty, like dishonesty. That's really what it is for me.
That's big.
Because that's the root of everything. That's the communication, everything. So trust, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely. I feel you. One thing that you really, really, really value, like that you carry right here.
Love. And I got two. Honesty. Boom. Both of them.
Love and honesty.
Honesty is such a thing. Like if you're honest with yourself, then you be honest with being pure with your answers, and you're honest and pure with what you tell people, and then you're honest with other people, like just naturally. If you're just honest with who you are as a person, like you know that you this person, I like this, I don't like this, I like to wear this, I know I don't like that, I've never tried that, maybe I should try it. Like just be honest.
What's your sign, Kaui?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to what month is that?
November 28th is my birthday.
Oh, you're right after us, Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Sagittarius though.
I kind of think that like since growing and like learning who I am, I think I'm a Scorpio Sag though. Like the way, because a lot of people tell me, yo, you don't act like a Sag. And I'll be like, I don't even know what's that mean. They be like, you're so calm, like you're so. I'm like, oh.
But the personality is there at the same time. And my cousin's a Sag, my cousin Javier, and he's like that. He's kind of like up and down, but like depending on who he's around and stuff like that. And I feel like that's a lot of like how you are. Like you said, you're kind of reserved, but then it's like, man, I've seen like a side of you that's just like nonstop. Like I could nonstop laugh with you all night. And I feel like our circle's kind of like that because we have a lot of the mutual friends, and we're all kind of just like, we're all clowns, but then we're, the talent, the creative side comes out too. Like, I feel like Sagittarius are very creative as well.
Oh, thank you. I'll be trying.
Let's go. Let's do another record.
All right. Let's let me share another. We're going to share on the screen again.
Touch that. I wanna give you attention. I wanna kiss that. I wanna release all your tension. I wanna make you dream. I'm gonna make you scream my name. We can make a whole movie scene. We could keep on playing this mystery game. Minds of seduction. Your skin on my tongue. I just can't get enough now. For strong but discreet climax when we meet. Our game of mystery.
Fire.
Yeah,
is that out? That's why I'm like, I don't think I've heard Kaui. You are holding out.
I'm telling you, I got the album coming.
Unless that's on the album.
Mm-hmm. That's a game of the mystery.
Hold on, is that a first listen?
First listen. First time.
That's an exclusive on Konversations?
That's the exclusive on Konversations. First time anybody has heard that song outside of my house, obviously.
Hey, I feel like I'm winning. Thank you for that, man.
Nah, thank you. You know?
I love it. So Shirley, right now, unfortunately, you will not be getting that song yet. But I love this, because then when you release the album, at least like some people will have heard some stuff already, and especially for everyone in here tonight, like if you really like what he's playing, then definitely shoot him a follow and stay up to.
Yeah, follow me on the gram.
Follow him on
follow me on
gram.
SoundCloud. Follow me on Spotify, Apple Music. I'm everywhere.
So there's one more record. I said it before, but I'm not letting you leave this chat without playing this record. Talk about Prophetic.
Prophetic. Prophetic. I feel like that's my introduction after like Memories of Paradise. Memories of Paradise has like a certain type of vibe to it, and those songs were like, besides There I Go, was like older songs. And then Prophetic was, how that came about is like, I was having a conversation with my girl, and I was telling her, I was like, yo, I should do a song that's like me talking about, me kind of being braggadocious in a way, talking about like, yo, I told you I can make love to you, and I want a woman to feel like, oh dang, he talking his shit. Like, and he backed it up, basically. That's what the song is basically about. So I was like, yeah. And there's a lot of situations where in my life where I'll tell people things and it actually happens or stuff like that. So I was like, I kind of took on my own little personal nickname as the Prophet, right? So I was like, yeah, let me make a song called Prophetic. Then I did the song. It kind of came about pretty easy. And then I released it to the world.
I love it.
It's just pretty simple how the whole situation came about. It's
simple, but I also I talk about this a lot, where you know, you can make a dope record, you can make a dope song, a catchy record and everything, but there are certain songs that, you know, it's such a simple concept, but it's almost a concept that's been forgotten in a sense, you know? And I say this with your video for Falling as well, when I was making fun of you, but I love it, how you were like singing through the glass and everything, and like
yeah.
And I would say that all the time. I'm like, yo, when artists used to catch, you know, they used to catch the air and sing in the rain, sing and dance in the rain. It's like, you don't, you know, even though it's not something that necessarily has to live on forever, you know, there was a certain time, it's nostalgia, like you kind of go back to that moment in time. But, you know, even this simple as concept is kind of just like, you know, actually saying the things that we as the listeners cannot really articulate all the time. So let's play the record. I really love it. If you guys like the records that he's played so far, then I definitely think you'll like this one. So
you can go Apple Music. There you go. My name right there. Bow.
Ow.
We go hit play. Just like that.
Play that. Turn that music. Is that the highest volume? Oh, that's good. That's good.
Trust me, girl. I know all the ways to rock your world, and how to make your walls come down. You can keep it around this bush if you like. Just know that I'm ready for this sex game, well equipped for this.
Yo, I love that pow and wow part.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite part, yo. That shit is so fire.
Oh, locked in, loaded, you ready for the pow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. All right, how do we let me exit this real quick. With social media, right? I feel like there's so much power to do just like whatever we want sometimes.
Yeah.
Or at least to kind of like manifest our vision and our dreams. And I kind of wanted to know, in generally, like if someone wants to come up to you and say, hey, I think you're dope, I like what you're doing, I can connect you with any top 3 artists you want to work with tomorrow or next week, who would it be?
I would say Labyrinth. If y'all know who that is, you should get familiar. Labyrinth is amazing. Pharrell Williams. That's my uncle. You got not joking. But yeah, Pharrell, of course, and all the Neptunes, either one. I'll be happy. Brandy, done.
Who?
Yeah. Brandy, that's it.
Who?
Brandy.
Brandy.
Brandy Norwood.
My Brandy?
Yeah. Brandy.
My Brandy?
Ray J's sister, yes.
Oh my God, yo.
Brandy, top.
Let me just say something. Like those are all fire artists you just named. But with your sound and your kind of production and even like your vocals,
yeah,
a record with Brandy would be insane.
Right.
Look at your face.
No, I know.
That would be, and you know what? It's how do I say this? Oftentimes these days, what I see that's really common is when there's true talent there, all it takes sometimes is like for someone to make a connection. Mm-hmm. Like on the podcast on Red Light Special, and I go back to this a lot only because I absolutely love, the conversations that we had on there. That's kind of where I got the idea for this show.
Right.
And we interviewed Monica, and I told Rob this when he told me we were having Monica. I'm like, dude, I grew up on Monica, like Monica and Brandy, the boy is mine. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sitting there in the room interviewing Monica, and I'm like, yo, I'm like fanning out inside, but I have like so many things I want to ask her and talk to her about. Mm. So, but yeah, Brandy would be fire.
Yeah, Brandy is like my number one from like day one. Mm. Since she was sitting up in the room.
Oh, stop it. Best Friend is probably, between Best Friend and I Want to Be Down. Mm-hmm. Those are probably my top.
That's your top Brandy records?
Those are probably my top 3 between Best Friend, Sitting Up in My Room, and I Want to Be Down. We're gonna talk about that.
What?
No, I'm just saying we have to speak like these things into existence. And I'm like, you said, and it stands out to me more than Pharrell or Labyrinth, like which are also great, but there's some things that just make sense. Mm-hmm. And I said that even with like the way I heard a little bit of Usher in your song, or the song that you were like initially it's supposed to be Timbaland, and like you hear it right away.
Yeah.
Aside from those, during this quarantine, I feel like R&B has been just huge. And I tell people this all the time. I'm like, R&B literally saves lives. But during this quarantine, I feel like that's coming more to light now than ever. Who have you been listening to that's like fairly new, not necessarily like brand new, but like who's in your playlist?
Alina Baraz.
Yes.
I love Alina Baraz. Like under Brandy would be her. Like I would, because I just love her vibe. Like
love her
vibe. Who else I've been listening to? I listen to St. John. I've been listening to St. John a lot. Lucky Day. Been listening to Lucky Day a lot.
Amazing voice.
Who else? Definitely a lot of R&B. Because like you said, like R&B is just especially now. I'm listening I'm listening also to my brother, Colors. Like my actual brother. Like my blood brother. He's dropping some stuff too.
Send that.
That me and him, worked on together.
Fire.
Who else? My Classic I'm listening to.
My Classic has 2 new records out for anyone who we're all in one circle, so I feel like once one
we're not plugging. It's real though. It's like music is fire for real. So
exactly.
So that's the only reason why I'm listening to it, and it's like also being a part of it too. So it's kind of like, dang, like I made this, or I was a part of it, or I heard it, and then it's
what My Classic records have you produced? I mean, I know there's a lot, but
like the ones that everybody know about, I did. Some people probably would know about. I did Woosah for him. We did that.
Probably the biggest record so far.
Yeah, and we did Insecurities. I did mixing
Nixon.
on his project that he dropped.
Love it.
What else I did? I think that's all I can remember for right now, because we done so much. So, but
You
yeah,
fuck with Snow?
yo, Snow Allegra,
Yeah.
man,
She's
I get
so
so
good.
excited. Like I get so excited when I hear good music. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like it feel like a warm blanket when you just like ready to go to bed. It's that feeling like, oh,
Just want to
yeah,
roll up in it.
yeah, you just saving me right now, like a lullaby. Yeah, Snow Allegra is another one. I would love to work with Snow Allegra too.
Snow is so dope. Alina Perez's album comes out.
Yeah, it
May
came out
5th,
today.
or is
No, it came out today.
she gave it a week early. That's why.
Yeah, quarantine. You know, gotta give it away.
Damn.
I was
Wait, that's out right now?
I was bumping that this morning. You feel me?
I gotta bump that tonight.
Yeah, that album's good.
So I think we're gonna wrap this up. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for joining again tonight. The fact that we tried this the first time and it kind of failed on us. And then I was like, you know what, let's take it to Zoom and let's try it on a different platform. We're in quarantine, so everybody's kind of trying to get creative in one way or another, and we're adapting and adjusting. This is new for me, but
we did it.
Being able to create.
We did it though. We did it.
Wait, can I have one more virtual hug?
Yeah, I got you. Girl, come here.
Yes.
Go get this love, girl.
Give me that love. But yeah, man, I just appreciate everybody. Like I hit a few people up and I'm like, here's the Zoom ID. Just in hopes that like some people would show up and really, not even for me, but just to kind of get in tune with you and just to be put onto good music and have a good time. And even for you, to be able to share your space, your time, your energy, like I appreciate those things so much. Games of Mystery, so the album officially coming out hopefully this year.
Yeah, I got a couple more songs and stuff coming out before that, so be on the lookout for that.
Kaui put together a playlist. I asked him to kind of just think of a few songs to kind of set a vibe that inspire him, that he loves. So I'm gonna be posting that for you guys. If not tonight, then tomorrow I'll have the playlist available for you guys. Are you sharing that on iTunes or like on Apple Music or Spotify? Do you have that anywhere?
I got Apple Music.
Okay, so
I can share it on Apple Music.
Perfect. I'll share something that's just like a list of the records that he put together for the playlist. But for those of you with Apple Music, I'll get that link for you, and Kaui will have it on his Instagram as well. Mm-hmm. So if you don't already follow him, his Instagram is @KawaiStopPlaying. I'll write it all out for you guys. Just go to my page and I'll have it up. I've been tagging him everywhere anyway. So, and then of course for me, @Kristin J. Coral. It used to be Chris Lova and I changed it, but I am still Chris Lova at heart. I had to change it for marketing purposes, but this is something that I'm planning to do every week. I just want to keep talking to really creative individuals and spend some time just, going over the process and, inspiring others really. These conversations, I feel like, I'm going to unmute everybody at the end just so we can all kind of, I don't know if you have a drink, if you want to cheers. Frank is in here.
We got water.
Rob is in here. Let me unmute some of you guys. Hold on. Shirley.
I'm unmuted now.
You live. Who else is live? Rob is live. Frank is live. Who else I got in here?
Daisy. Look, Daisy here.
Mario's live.
What's up?
Where's Daisy? Daisy's live. Yo, this is gonna get crazy. Hold on.
What's up, Dad? Everybody, that's my pops down there.
Yeah.
Where?
My pops and my brother, yeah.
Hey, Pops.
What's good?
How are you?
Good. Where's your volume, Kayla?
We can hear you.
Nah, turn the.
You got a Teddy Riley moment.
No. I turned that off.
What's
I
up,
think this
Pops?
is dope. What's happening? How y'all doing?
Let me unmute Kaui. I think I muted him by accident. Kaui, you.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm good. We good.
Yeah. So what's your father's name? I don't want to just call him Pops, but
Larry, that's his name.
Larry. Hi, Larry.
How are you?
I'm great. Talking to your son. Are you proud?
Very proud. Very proud.
I love it.
Very proud. You
So
did a
he
great
mentioned
job.
he gets some inspiration from you.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
I've done some things. I've been doing music for a long time.
What's your favorite genre of music?
Soul,
Oh, okay. Favorite artist?
Donny Hathaway.
Oh,
Be quick with it.
I have a Donny Hathaway record somewhere around here.
I can get that.
You a real one. I love it.
Yeah.
Shirley, what'd you think about Kaui and the music?
I think
he
he's
plays?
really great. Like I kept asking about the Spotify because I wanted to add his songs, but I guess since they're so exclusive, I can't do that yet.
Well, not those specific ones, yeah. But
Well, I'll have to listen to the other ones then.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them on there.
thank
Rob,
you.
I'm gonna get you in here for a second if you don't mind.
I'm just observing today, man. I interview all day long, all week. Like I just want to watch some content instead of make some content. So to watch y'all go kind of back and forth and do y'all thing and talk about the music in a passionate way, it just remind me why I do what I do. So, you know what I'm saying? The music sounds dope, man. Definitely. It was funny. I'm familiar with your work without even knowing, like the Woosah record from Mike Classic. Like I always thought that record was fire.
Thank you, bro.
So I'm following you on Spotify now. Definitely the unreleased joints sound crazy.
Thank you, man.
You know, we just gonna dive in, man. But I wish you the best on all your journey. But this was a dope conversation. That's all.
Thank you,
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for chiming in a little bit with us today. Love you, Rob.
Love.
Frank, what's up?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Nah, it was a dope conversation. I'm definitely glad I tuned in. It was good that I got put on to such an amazing artist. The music is dope. It's great.
Thank you, brother.
You know, you do a great job yourself. And, you know, I've seen the YouTube videos, but I haven't been on the live one. But it was definitely dope. I'm going to follow you after this. Definitely, you know, looking forward to the music. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
If anybody else wants to say anything, you can go ahead and just unmute yourself and chime in. But where are we at? Mario, what's up?
Yo, it's good.
What it do?
Yeah, I like that Prophetic record a lot. Like it gave me like Frank Ocean vibes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the writing on it. I think it's dope. It was a dope conversation. It went fluid. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you.
Are we killing it, Chris? Hey.
You okay? Give me one more, man. Give me one more.
Hey, come on. The love is there.
Love is love. I want to thank all of you guys. I love you all. I love sharing with you guys and just spending time talking about the music and everything else that makes us simply us. Shout out to Kaui's father who is in here.
Hi,
Hey.
I'm his mom.
Hi, Mama.
The whole family.
He wouldn't have been here without me.
Say that one more time.
I said he wouldn't have been here without me. I just wanted to say hi.
I love it. What's your name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Nice to meet you. I'm Kristin.
Nice to meet you, Kristin.
This is so amazing. I hope you guys are really proud because Kaui is just so talented and I know him as a friend, as an artist. I mean, it's just to see this kind of like progress and especially where I know he can go. You know, dreams are big and a lot of times I know that with parents sometimes you don't get that full support because it's not what a lot of people consider to be a realistic dream. You know, it's usually like go to college, you know, get a degree, get a good job, be successful in that and kind of like sense of the word. But he gets amazing support from you guys. I know he says it all the time. So just to see that is amazing. Keep supporting him. He's inspired by you guys. And thank you guys for showing up tonight.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we never pushed the college and go to school, get a full job and all that. We never did that. We always pushed follow your dreams, follow your passion, do what you love all the time. So that's what he's doing.
Love it.
And I'm beyond proud.
Aw, likewise. Guys, this is a wrap. I'm gonna wrap up this episode. It is it's gonna be available in a few days for you guys to watch on YouTube, on IGTV and everything. Be on the lookout for the next episode. It'll be next week. We're gonna try to do Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm gonna try to do this every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I don't know whether I'm gonna switch back from Zoom and Instagram Live, but again, thank you guys for all tuning in and good night.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Jeez, thank you, Kaui.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.